Welcome to the show. With the zero-fee Southland Sharks were swooped on by the Hawks, and despite best efforts, the gap couldn't be closed on the visitors. We'll find out why not in just a moment. Elsewhere, the Mountaineers stopped the Pistons from firing, one of the three teams enjoying their first win of the season, though the Pistons bounced back to thrash the Rangers, who then staged a remarkable comeback of their own to win their first match over the previously unbeaten Saints. 2 from 2 in the round for the Giants made it a great weekend for the Nelson franchise.
There's no team in this competition that's unbeatable, but as was proven tonight, and across the league, across the competition, if you don't come prepared, you're going to come out on the losing side of the ledger. Disappointing start to the first and the third quarter. Both quarters our starting group, so it's definitely something that we have to address. We need to address. We just can't. We gave up. Both quarters we were down right from the get-go, and it's just disappointing that our starting group allowed that to happen. And I thought it was effort areas, rebounding areas that we got beaten on, which allowed them to get going. Ruben Tarangi's worst game of the season. He's been absolutely on fire for us in all 4 games. For him to go 1 for 8 from the floor and have 4 turnovers with it, and he'll be the first to admit that it was a bit of a shocker. Dave Gruber was outstanding tonight. Didn't miss a shot. Grabbed 10 boards, 5 of the offensive end. He was just absolute workhorse. And the frustrating thing just across the board really is that the energy that we can play with to get ourselves back in the game, and the desperation. The million-dollar question is, where's that at the start? Where's that at the start of the first? Where's that at the start of the third? We can't afford to keep digging ourselves these holes and trying to get out of them.
What's the status of Brian Conklin?
Day by day, he seems to be improving. But we'll reevaluate this weekend, and but for the most part, Dave Gruber's an awesome replacement. He gave us more than we expected tonight for sure, but he's just getting better and better and more comfortable. So until Brian's 100%, we don't want to risk him. It's a long season. We've played 5 games. We're not even a third of the way through the season. So we've got to be smart about these things as much as we want to get back in the winner's circle and get our chemistry going and things like that. We don't want another setback if we bring back too early.
Things are looking pretty similar though at this time last season. There's a lot to go, as you're saying.
Oh mate, it's only the start.
Sitting 6th on the table going into this game.
Yeah. It's not where you sit at the start of the season, it's where you sit at the end of the season. I'm not taking for granted that we can get back in it. We're going to have to work hard and get ourselves out of this hole we've dug, but I fully believe in the group that we've got, and I think we're still capable of achieving what we want, which is to get in that top 4 and go have another crack. Be a little bit of soul searching this weekend from the fellas, and myself included. But I'm confident we can bounce back against anyone. Not
a great result last night, but you made them pay tonight.
Yeah, and I had images of deja vu all day today. I was really down in spirits because last year we came to Otago, we lost in overtime, came down here, we had a big hiding from the Sharks, and that was a killer for our season last year, and I was really concerned, but it's a new team this year, and I've been asking the team all year long, who are we, what's our identity, and I think tonight we may have found the kind of toughness and mental toughness that we need in order to progress in this league and get to a better place than we did last year.
The Sharks are obviously a targeted side, aren't they?
Absolutely, and Paulie knows what it's like to be a champion from his past as a player, and I'm sure he conveys that to the players, and it's a valued scalp in the league this year, as it should be, and that's what defending your title is all about, is standing up to whatever comes. But look at the character they showed tonight, down 20 and come back to cut it to 6, and they really had us on the ropes. We made a couple of plays that we didn't make last night, and we came away with the win.
Yeah, you were coming back. They were coming back quite strongly. Were you nervous?
Absolutely. Always nervous in those situations. But we've got some great guards, and Jared Kenny and Everard Bartlett. They handle the pressure really well. They made good decisions against what I thought was outstanding pressure from the Sharks. So I think if we can handle what the Sharks threw at us today, then that serves us in good stead if we're in this situation again this year.
5 wins, 1 losses. Were you targeting anything by this stage, something like that?
No, not at all. One game at a time, and not cliche-ish at all. Genuinely, you can't do any more than just play the next game, and so we try to focus on that. And this was a tough one because of the Southern double, but I couldn't be I could be happier if we had pulled that one off last night, but I'll tell you, the way I feel tonight certainly compensates.
And you mentioned this Canterbury next time. No rest for the wicket.
No, but that's league basketball, and we do it to play those games. And these guys have trained very hard throughout the preseason and early in the season. So I think our fitness serves us well, and I would defy any team to be as fit as we are this season. And we've had some great fourth quarters as evidence. And tonight we didn't have a great fourth quarter, but we held on.
We had a choice. What we're going to do, back down or respond. And we came out tonight with a few objectives, a few goals, and they're all on the defensive end, rebounds, and it's good that we achieved those tonight.
The Sharks are obviously beatable. You proved that tonight, but we would have been wary of them.
With that lineup, with that talent, defending champions, we have nothing but respect for them. Anytime you go against the defending champs, you're the underdogs, and with the talent that they have, Bracewell at the helm, you can never take your guard down, and they showed that in the last quarter. I hate him, but I love him. Bracewell, he's a player.
Fresh off 2 games in a row, it's a bit of a break until the next round. Anything special for the Cantabrians?
All we've got to do right now is just
Tab says game by game.
Yeah, for real. Right now, our focus is on recovery. Like you said, it's been a hard road. It is game by game. They're all cliche, but it's so true for us. We've had a tough schedule the last couple of weeks. And we've got another couple of hitters. We haven't got a break till about 3 weeks. So, recovery, rest, and refocus.
Gareth, before we get to tonight's game, tough on the road, 1 win, 1 loss?
The Thursday night game against Wellington, we didn't really come out the way we wanted to, and we got behind early and just couldn't catch back up, but we bounced back pretty well the next night against Manawatu and come away 1-1 on the road, so it wasn't too bad of a weekend for us.
Paul didn't seem to like the start of the first quarter or the third. What was he saying in those quarter breaks?
It was just our defense, our deep trans getting back and predicting our basket. We weren't stopping the ball, and we were just letting penetration go through, and they were just getting to the rim and drawing fouls, and we just didn't really have an answer for them early on.
Do you think the pressure's coming on as we reach into the season, and you are the champions, so you're obviously targeted?
Yeah, everyone's coming after us. Everyone's bringing their A game, trying to knock us off, especially here at home. We only lost 1 game here last year, so that's 2 already, so we've got to step it up.
What's the feeling in the camp?
Nothing's really changed. We're still pretty positive about the season. Training's going well. We're just, we're struggling with, if it's chemistry or just, the way we're playing. We're just not coming out with the energy and intensity we need to. It's just, sometimes we play well in patches and other times we play horrible. So we just got to start trying to put it together a bit more.
You would have been pleased though. You came back pretty strong in that last quarter.
Yeah, we came back good. The guys done a pretty good job of D'ing them up and getting after them, causing turnovers and getting easy baskets and getting to the foul line. So, we kind of need to come out, for the first 3 quarters like that, and we would have been all right. But, it is what it is. It's done now.
Saints next round. That's a big one.
Yeah, it's not going to get any easier from here. Wellington, front runners at the moment. We've got to start
anything can happen.
Our house, exactly. It's going to be tough, so we'll see how it goes.
But it'll be good to be in front of the home crowd, of course.
Yeah, it's always good playing here. We need to get those wins and start filling these seats. So,
how are you feeling about your own play?
Tonight was probably the worst game I've ever played that I can remember, even going back to high school. So, not too well.
By dropping what should have been a regulation win over the Rangers, the Saints have to cede top spot to the Giants, also 5-1 after 6 games, but a superior points diff. The Hawks move to 3rd, but the Nuggets close up with 2 games in hand. The Sharks' 2-3 record leaves them in no man's land and needing to string together some wins to be a serious playoff contender. The win by the bottom-placed Auckland side sent a clear message to the rest of the league not to take any match for granted, no matter how this table reads.